Hey friends, it's Akidiris, and Happy New Year's, everybody! Yay! Look, COVID's gone. Now we can go back to normal. Nah, I can't even fake it, dude. 2020 sucked, alright? I know. I've said it 100 fucking times. I don't think I can say it any better than anyone else who... I don't think I can add anything about 2020 that hasn't already been said. Just so you know, the whole video is gonna be like this, where I talk on camera, just venting and stuff, just because I've barely done it, and I've got a lot of stuff that I wanted to share. We have gone this far in quarantine for all of 2020 and just a little bit longer for 2021. I think it should be a downhill run from here this year. Hopefully. I mean, the vaccine's out, and my mom, who was on the front lines, thankfully just got the vaccine. So anyone who wanted to know what the update was on my mom, she got the vaccine, she's all right. So that was honestly a big relief for me and my family. 2021, it's gonna be, I don't really know what to expect by this point. I don't know if the Olympics is even gonna happen anymore. I don't know if conventions are gonna open up again. And even if they do, I don't know if I feel comfortable going yet, to be honest. If AX happens, I don't know. I don't know if I'll go yet. I want to talk about some good stuff that happened in 2020, but I think just to end the video off nicely, I might as well just get into the bad stuff. I'm counting my blessings over the fact that 2020 was probably the best year to be a YouTuber, streamer, or just having a job on the internet. That's the only thing anyone had time for during this whole quarantine. And I'm glad that as far as my job goes, pretty much nothing changed. If anything, I think every streamer and YouTuber benefited the most from this because, everyone's on their computer, right? I think I was a counselor for maybe 10 of my friends who were all unemployed. And for those of you that are going through unemployment right now, I may not be unemployed, but I definitely feel you of that being just a catalyst of bringing all the other bullshit that came in 2020. So something that I've been keeping under wraps for a while is that some people in my family did get COVID. And it was... I tried to stay optimistic as I could because, I think the mortality rate, it's like a 98% chance of, surviving it. But it's like the initial hit and giving everything that's going on when you hear someone that you actually know and you're close to having COVID, you can't help but feel a little bit uneasy. And so that's what's been going on. So when my mom was at the front lines, and she still is, a lot of my family, we thought it was a ticking time bomb. We thought that it was only a matter of time until she was going to get it and probably infect my dad and probably my sister as well. But luckily, she got the vaccine. I think my sister's going to get the vaccine as well. And so again, that's why I'm saying 2021, it may not be perfect. There's still a lot to fix, but I'm hoping it's going to be a downhill run. That's kind of been weighing on me. Another thing that weighed on me was I've been going to the doctors in and out because I have what's called HS, which is hidradenitis suppurativa. I'll try to say that 3 times fast, which it's... I know it's hard to believe, but I do get acne, not on my face. It's like when you get acne, but it implodes on itself and then it turns into wounds and gets infections and stuff. It's very painful and you bleed a lot. And then especially, when that time of the month comes, hormones happen and it gets even worse. But I've been going to the doctors to try and take care of it, and it's pretty much gone for the most part, so that's good. The problem was in between it. I had this one appointment where we had to talk about some white patches that were happening on my body that Joey noticed. I didn't even pay attention to what was going on, but Joey noticed some white patches that were happening on my arm, which by this point on camera, it's pretty much faded, but I can still see it with my naked eye. I'll show you photos, though, of when it was very prominent a few months ago. And when we went to the doctor, she kind of had a moment of silence looking at it, and she's like, "That's vitiligo." And vitiligo is a condition where all the color or melanin in your skin just deteriorates and fades just to white, basically. More extreme cases are like these pictures right here. So the first thing she said to me was if she could see my tongue. So I showed her my tongue. She checked out, the rest of my body, and she could only find it on my right arm, and it was going up to my neck. And then she educated me saying that, vitiligo is really rare. It's not contagious. You're not going to die from it. But anyone who has vitiligo is around this age where they start getting it, where I'm 27. So she told me that people with vitiligo tend to get it around mid to late 20s. And more extreme cases, they get it when they're like teenagers, or maybe suddenly it just hits at 40. It's kind of random, but she told me statistically I was around the age where it was expected for anyone that gets it. So after she checked everything and she told me about it, you know, I was kind of at a loss for words, and I asked her, is this going to get worse? And she just said, we'll do more appointments and see how this progresses. But it doesn't look like you have the extreme case. It looks like that yours might be easily triggered, especially by the sunlight. So when winter comes, it should be faded out. Thank God she was right, because it pretty much is, but you should have seen it in the summer. We've been tracking that down. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. So given quarantine, given that news, and the news with my family, just, yeah, like many of you, my anxiety levels were just through the roof for a few months. Yeah. But yeah, so it's doing well, and I'm really happy about that. The other sad news is that I did not start One Piece. And if I haven't started it now, I'm probably never going to, ever. But no, in all seriousness though, I guess collectively, it was tough. Counting another blessing of mine is that I'm in Japan, you know? I mean, yeah, at one point we were at number 2, but most of those cases were on the ship, and all of a sudden US just blasts through everyone. So now Japan is pretty much normal for the most part. I think we're gonna go in another lockdown soon, but for most of this year, I think me, Joey, and many people here were able to live their lives fairly normally compared to the US. So I'm happy about that, but, you know, if anything, everything was just kind of a mental game more than anything this year or last year. Look, I know that this video seems kind of gloomy and I shouldn't start the new year off like this. You know, one can't help when you've been through all this shit and it doesn't seem like anything's going to change soon, but I want this new year to be a little bit better as far as my mental health, and trying to discipline myself to be a little bit more positive and working with what's in front of me and not overthinking. Overthinking ruins so much shit that could have been great this fucking year, dude. Some good stuff though for 2020. We got some good memes. We got the word simp. That's it. No, you know, 90 Day Fiancé, that was a thing that kind of killed time for a lot of me and my Filipino friends, and I'm sure a lot of you just were having just a kick out of watching some of the memes out of that. We got to end the year off with Attack on Titan. I really hoped that they would release all of the episodes at once like they usually do on Netflix, but once a week isn't so bad. Oh, and I got to work with Netflix. That was a really good thing that happened out of 2020. So if you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter, or maybe you saw the YouTube post, I got to make some cool videos. They were pretty fun. I think that was the biggest highlight out of this entire year. I'm grateful that I got to spend my anniversary with Joey appropriately, because usually every year Anime Expo kind of overlaps it because we met at AX. So every year for our anniversary has been mostly work. We haven't really been able to appropriately celebrate it on the day of. So we went to Kyoto, if you guys remember that. So there were some good things that happened out of this year, which brings me to sign off with this. Look, this year has sucked and we all know it, but if you all can just comment below of the best thing that came out of 2020, and being legit, you know, I mean, you know, I guess make jokes or whatever, but I want to see legitimately what is the best thing that came out of all of this. Whether it's small or something big that you did, share it down in the description, share it in the comment section down below. Let's just hope for the best. That is the most realistic thing that I can say. Just hang in there, guys. It's not easy for anyone right now, but hopefully you guys stay tuned on this channel or your favorite channels out there. Support your favorite creators and all that jazz. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!